Well, good afternoon and welcome to another CVMSDC virtual capabilities briefing with our guest today from Ballantyne Photo Booth. I'm your host and moderator, VK Fields with the PR Pros team. We have another engaging session planned for you today with Keisha Meekins. As a reminder, all of our audience participant lines are automatically muted. However, you can submit a question using the question box feature in the GoToWebinar dashboard on your screen. Also, today's session is being recorded and will be available for you to review later and to share with your colleagues. You can view that recording from the CVMSDC website at cvmsdc.org/webinars. Now, I'm pleased to introduce our CVMSDC President and CEO, Dominique Milton, to open up today's session. Hello, Dominique.
Hello, VK, and thank you so much for getting us started this morning. I am so excited to bring to you Keisha Oliver Meekins from the Ballantyne booth today. We have utilized her services and have just been extremely pleased in how she has transformed our events with an engaging way for participants just to really have fun. So we're going to hear from her in just a second. The virtual capability briefing was designed to be able to allow our MBEs to present their products and services to our corporate clients. We started doing this when we went into the COVID lockdown because our MBEs could not make face-to-face meetings. And so this particular medium will live on, and Keisha will have a copy of this presentation on her website, and we will have a copy in our library of VCBs on our website. If anyone that is listening is interested in having your own VCB, please email us at info@cvmsdc.org. So thank you, and without further ado, I want to introduce you Keisha Oliver Meekins. She's from Los Angeles, California, by way of Indianapolis, Indiana, and she is a graduate of HBCU Howard University and currently resides in Charlotte, North Carolina, with her husband, Lieutenant Commander Dwayne Meekins of the U.S. Coast Guard, and I guess he's retired, and two teenage sons, 18 and 16. I know you're in the throes of it, Keisha. So Keisha has owned and operated the Ballantyne booth, a premier photo booth company, since 2018. She's had an opportunity to provide dynamic photo booth experiences to companies like Positic, United Negro College Fund, Compare Foods, Frito-Lay, and CVMSDC, and many more. She and her husband are also franchise owners of the original mobile video game company, Game Truck Charlotte, which we plan to employ at one of our future events. As I said earlier, we recently had the virtual photo booth where we utilized her a couple of times in the past at our live events. But this year, because we went virtual, we were able to utilize Ballantyne booth in a virtual capacity. I didn't know how it was going to work, but let me tell you, it was absolutely fabulous. People were scouting around our platform looking for the photo booth, and now we have all these memories to share with our participants from the live photo booth that Keisha was able to set up for us. And it was very cost effective. So without further ado, I want to bring to you Keisha. Keisha, if you, can you see me? Okay, great. So Keisha, I'm going to turn it over to you. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come off screen so it's your presentation to your clients. And I'll come back on at the end so that we can have Q&A. How's that sound?
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And thank you for being here.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me. I'm Keisha Meekins with Ballantyne Booth, a premier photo booth company, and thank you so much for taking the time to hear from me. Thank you to the CVMSDC for having this opportunity for me to speak with some of the partners to share what we do and how we could be of service to them. Some of you may have been able to experience our photo booth experiences at past BOC conferences, where we had a great time having you come in, take some fun photos, and that we were able to share from those conferences. And we look forward to the time where we're able to go back to in person, to be with one another, and to be able to have those types of experiences. In the meantime, we here at Ballantyne Booth, like everyone else, has had to pivot to figure out how we can still provide dynamic photo booth experiences in this virtual time. Just to kind of tell you a little bit about ourselves, about us. Ballantyne booth is, like I said, a premier photo booth company. We have a variety of physical booths that we use for our variety of different types of events, from conferences to holiday parties for companies to different seminars, and we're able to provide those services for your attendees to really enjoy the experience while they are in that conference environment. We do a lot of corporate events, nonprofits, as well as fun social bar mitzvahs, birthday parties, quinceañeras, graduations, and so forth. Our state-of-the-art photo booths are the perfect way to capture and entertain for those moments. So for those that are still having in-person events, and some small companies are on a small level, we are still available to do in-person events. We are based out of Charlotte, North Carolina, and we are committed to capturing priceless moments that make every event last a lifetime. Our physical booths do come with different backdrop choices. We do custom template designs, amazing and fun prop options, and everything comes with a fun, enthusiastic photo booth attendee to run the event, making sure everything is fun and operational so you can relax and enjoy. Now, the different booths we offer, we have our Mirror Me booth, our Beauty Mirror, our Sunburst Social booth, our Mirror on the Move, where we move around the area to take photos, and our new Smiles All Around 360 degree booth that spins around, slow motion video. It's super fun, and we look forward to when we can offer it to you all in a physical space. But until then, let's try the virtual photo booth. So our virtual photo booth is just that, an opportunity to have some photo booth fun in this virtual world. We have the pleasure of being able to provide it for the Reemerge conference, where they were able to experience it. And if you were able to attend, we do hope that you were able to experience it as well. The virtual photo booth experience here in these days allows those that are attending any type of meetings or virtual conferences or virtual holiday events to be able to capture some fun moments, to be able to share in an experience, and to allow you to have these memories to share and use at your convenience. The virtual booth features custom template and branding designs, where we have someone that can design the template for you. Includes your branding, colors, your logos, or any text or information that you want. Here's an example of one of the designs that we did for a recent Harvard Woman Conference. And we were able to put this together for them. With that, you are able to capture, we are also able to do data analytics, data capturing and analytics, so that if you are doing it for customer engagement, which we do for some companies, where they share the QR code or URL with their clients, and they allow them to take a picture, and with the customers, they may offer a 20% off if they share their photo on social media. That way it gets you brand awareness, you're engaging with your customers, and it's a fun experience that they will remember. And we are able to capture all the data to share with you for you to use for marketing purposes. Now, there's no app download required, so it makes it really fun and easy. It's just as simple as a URL or a QR code where they can take a picture of, the photo booth pops up, a couple of clicks, and it's easy breezy. The booth does allow for still photos as well as animated GIFs and boomerangs, because we all love the animated photos that get us moving and are super fun. Now, also with the virtual booth option, we create a microsite. And the microsite allows for all the photos that are taken during the virtual experience to go to this microsite that the participants can look and share their, it goes automatically to the microsite, and everyone can go and see the photos that have been shared on the microsite. This gives everyone an opportunity to enjoy those that are that are part of the experience. It also allows for sharing on social media platforms for engagement and brand awareness for your company. And it's just a place where your organization can go and share. It can also be embedded into your website if you want people to be able to access it directly from your website. And after taking the photos are automatically downloaded into the microsite. So it's very easy. And it does the still photos as well as the animated photos. And so this is the virtual booth. It comes up on your phone. It's very easy to use. I apologize. It's very easy to use. It comes up on your phone. You can use any device when using the virtual booth. The devices can be your desktop, your phone, your iPad. So it makes it very conducive, but very easy to use without a downloadable app. We have a photo booth experience live actually right now that we did for the Reemerge conference that you're able to scan with your phone if you have a phone, if you have a phone available, and go to your camera option and simply scan the QR code. It will take you to their virtual booth option. It will pop up. You can take a photo, GIF, a boomerang, and then you can text or email it to yourself and share it with friends, family, or on social media. Now, to contact us, we can be my email as well as our website is on the page. If you have any questions about a virtual photo booth experience or a physical photo booth experience, this would be the way to contact us. Again, we are available right now doing both and would be happy to answer any questions and be able to bring this type of experience to your event.
Thank you so much, Keisha. Very thorough. And I will just add a testimonial. I mean, it completely changes your event when you can have that photo booth. I remember the first time we did it, we were in Concord and you showed up. I didn't know what to expect, but you showed up, you had all the props and it became the meeting spot for everybody. Okay, you just go grab somebody and meet me over at the photo booth. And everybody was taking multiple pictures and then you get the pictures sent to you on your phone. And it just became such an exciting centerpiece for the event. It just elevated to the next level. So thank you for what you bring to every event that we have.
Thank
So
you.
tell us, how easy is it? For me, I'm not that techno savvy, but it was very easy for me. Talk to us about the ease of use.
Yeah, I'm not that tech savvy either, but it is such an easy experience. We do a lot of work on the back end to get everything set up to make it as easy as possible for you. We share with you a special URL, QR code URL for your event, as well as a QR code is created, and the QR code can also be customized. So it can be customized with your logo in the QR code. So that is can be part of the experience as well. And as simple as scanning the QR code or clicking on the URL, taking you right to the experience. It tells you, has you pick your experience. You can pick a photo, GIF, or boomerang. And then it'll open up your window to take your picture. You smile, you move,
Right.
whatever you want to do. It'll capture it. And then it will give you the option to either text it to yourself or email it to yourself. You can do that. You can download it and then share it how you like. So it's very easy. It's very quick. And it doesn't require any downloadable apps to have the experience.
Which is very good. Like I was able to get it on my phone and then I was able to send it to folks in other states. And I was talking to one friend of mine who actually, she runs a school, a private school. And I said, you can get this for all of your students. They can customize it and it can be your greeting card for the year, put your school name on the rim of the picture, and then all the students take a picture. And then you have this library of photos of all of your students for the year, you know, just as if it was an event, but it's her whole entire school. So
right.
I'm just,
Sorry about that. We're just saying, yeah, for the schools, and we're doing it for some schools right now that are in the virtual, you know, are learning from home remote, but they still want schools and their students to have some type of experience together, especially these seniors who are not able to be on campus for senior year. So they're having them take pictures, and it's something that they're capturing for their yearbooks, as well as just something that they can do together as a class.
Nice. And I like what you said, you can customize a frame. Like we had one particular frame, but then I learned right before we went on air that we can have multiple frames for a particular event, right? So you can put the company's name there, you can put a holiday greeting, you can do multiple frames for an event, right?
Correct, yes. So for instance, we're doing, right now I'm working on a project for Positech Works, and I think they're a partner. But she's having me create a different template design for each one of her departments.
Okay.
So whether it be finance department, customer service, warehouse, and all the templates are similar in a form, but they have special features for that particular department. So we may have money, we may have a forklift on one, so they can be customized for each, and we can have as many. I think she has up to 15 that they can use.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. And can you have a hybrid? Like, can we have you on site at an event with a booth and then also have the virtual capability there for people that are at the
Absolutely,
conference?
yes, ma'am. We can do
Okay.
both at the same time. So we just activate the virtual option. So we can be at an event doing it physical, but somebody might be in a session, or you
Right.
might take it out in a session and they can do it right there. So yes, it can be hybrid where they can either use the physical booth or the virtual booth.
Excellent. So now talk to us about the truck, because we have not engaged a truck yet. You know, at first glance, I was like, oh, that's not appropriate for my audience because they don't want to be in a truck doing gaming. But my mind is changing now because when we get back, they might be something that they want to engage in. Talk to us about the truck and how you have utilized that.
Sure. So the game truck is a mobile video game unit, and it's funny because just like with the photo booth, we've also pivoted with the truck, and we have what we also call Game Flex, which is gaming outside of the truck. So it might not be as when you're at a BOC or conference and you're in hotels and in the rooms to have to come outside to the outside to get on the truck, but you still want them to maybe have a fun gaming experience or in the lounge room. So we bring gaming consoles and setups inside of a facility now. So like we're
Okay.
working with YMCA and we're working with different schools right now, and we're setting up inside of the facility. We set up different gaming stations to allow for the engagement inside of a facility. And we have a variety of different games. A lot of people think that the gaming is just for kids, but the demographic in reality is that a lot of adults game. Doing it for years and really enjoy it. And the games that we have or that we play, it's a variety. We have games from Pac-Man.
That's all I know how to play is Pac-Man.
Pac-Man to Just Dance to racing
Okay.
games. These are all games that people can play and enjoy, to golf or football.
Okay.
So you're not limited to what you would consider games for kids. So you have a lot of game options that when we do conferences and when we do these types of things that people of all ages really, truly enjoy. So the truck is great, and it's something that we're doing that we do, of course, but for, a different type of experience. If you have like I said, a break room, a lounge room, a social gathering room, we can also set up inside of a facility and offer different gaming options.
Okay, sounds good. Well, we're going to definitely try it next time. VK, do you have any questions coming in from the field?
Actually, we do already. And just as a reminder to all of our audience members that if you'd like to submit a question to Keisha Meekins, you can use the question box feature in your GoToWebinar dashboard. Keisha, the first question came in is about safety during this day and age, and the question is, how do you provide safe booth operations if you are still doing small events today?
So with our physical setup, we set up typically in a space that's away from, the crowded area, depending on I would say depending on the state, because we are in North Carolina, but we border South Carolina, and restrictions are different in both states. So, but me and my staff, we are masked up. We have hand sanitizer in our station, and we wear a face shield so that we are protected. We do encourage 6 feet distancing, and you have to be behind the red velvet rope to line up, in which we encourage distancing. We take the photo, we stand apart from you when you take the photo, so we direct at a distance. You take the photo, and then the photos print out and you grab your own photo. So we don't have a lot of contact with you as far as touch contact. We try to direct from a distance to let you know. And like I said, when lining up, we encourage a 6-foot distance between you.
Thank you
But
so
to that
much.
same point, when Val, I have a building question on that. Have you eliminated props now that we have the COVID situation?
Props, depending on the event. Some weddings will still want props, but I'm only doing signs. I'm not doing boas or hats or glasses, anything you have to put on your face. Signs allow us to be able to hold it. They can hold it with their hand and we can easily wipe them off. But we're not doing anything that will go on your face or head.
Good, thank you. Sorry, Valerie, go ahead.
Oh, no problem. Thank you. Keisha, the next question for you is, how many template design options can I get?
So with the virtual booth, the standard package comes with 2 template designs that we create for you. After that, it's $20 for each additional template design.
Okay, and then the next question is, you mentioned neither of you all being that tech savvy. The question is, are there any coding requirements like HTML or JavaScript required to embed the microsite to the website?
It is. It's using an iframe code that honestly I don't know that much about, but I do have people that are able to deal with that. So we provide, once the microsite is created and you create a URL for the particular page that you want the photo to go to in your website, then that code is embedded into the code that's created with the iframe. And then that's how everything is put together. So while I personally don't do it, I do have people that do.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give that right to my CIO.
I know my role.
That's right.
Next question is, will everyone be able to see all of the photos that are taken during the experience?
Yes, so all the photos are immediately downloaded into the microsite, and after they've taken their photo, they have an option to go to the gallery and go to the microsite and take a look. Now, you also, as the organization, have an option to not allow that to happen. It depends on where you are privacy-wise. So it can be password protected, where they can't go to the gallery, because depending on your setup, depending on how much you want to share, if it's for you versus everybody, then it could be password protected where they can't. But if you want to allow people to be able to go and see, you can set up a slideshow as well as just being able to go in and see the all the photos at one time.
Yeah, and to that point, like we had a 2-day event. So on day 1, we were able to get all the photos downloaded. And on day 2, we opened up that day with a slideshow from day 1. It was fabulous.
And you have a Dropbox. You'll have a Dropbox option as well, where all the photos will go into a Dropbox, and then I email the link to the Dropbox to you as well with that. So you don't have to download them all individually. You'll just have them in Dropbox.
Excellent.
And ladies, we've had one final question that's come in, and that is, let's see here. After our event ends, how long can we still have access to the virtual photo booth?
Well, you have a 48-hour window for the setup. For extended time, they do charge an additional price for extended time, but it does come with a 48-hour window. And so how long after would just depend on the setup.
Thank
and your
you.
preference.
Dominique, that was the last question that came in.
Outstanding. Well, I encourage our audience to really think about the next event that you have, or for your school or your church or your company, to utilize a tool like the virtual photo booth, as well as when we go back to live, to all come back together and have this type of medium in your conference, because I tell you, it makes a huge difference. So Keisha, I want to thank you for being here today. Any closing comments?
I just want to say thank you for your time for those who joined us. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the opportunity. The CVMSDC is really a priceless tool to be able to share and network and really promote your business. So I am very honored to be a part of it, and I do appreciate everything that you all do. And if anybody has any additional questions for me, please feel free to email me at meekins@ballantyneBooth.com or any questions. And I do hope to have the opportunity to work with you.
Thank you so much, Keisha. I have seen your business grow from the first time I met you, and I've seen you be engaged in all of our events, and you're very intentional, and that intentionality has resulted in tremendous growth for you and your business. So I appreciate you being engaged and getting us to try you out the very first time we did it, BOC. I'll never have an event without some type of interactive type of photo booth. So thank you so much for that. For our listeners, you have been listening to the virtual capability briefing at cvmsdc.org. And I invite you, if you are a business owner certified with our council, to reach out to us at info@cvmsdc.org to schedule your virtual capability briefing so that our corporate partners can hear what you have to offer them. And next up, I want to make sure that you visit our website at cvmsdc.org, register for our emails and newsletters, and check out our calendar. We have events happening every week. We have a webinar series called Straight Talk. We have a webinar series called Lunch and Learn, and then we have this virtual capability briefing. And then there are also different events that are occurring on a regular basis that you need to know about. Our next event is going to be in April. It's going to be our annual meeting in Pro Forum. I think it's April 13th and 14th, but follow our calendar to stay in touch. And then we have our BOC that we are planning for August 2021 in Charlotte, North Carolina. We are prayerful that that is going to be face-to-face, and we have all planning in place right now. So Keisha, put it on your calendar and bring that truck on out. We're really excited about that. So that is a wrap. I thank you all for joining us today. Keisha, I thank you for your engagement. VK, thank you. And we will see you in about an hour for our next virtual capability briefing at 1 o'clock. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.